Well, good afternoon. We're happy you can join us on this hump day. I'm Jurnee Taylor. The results are in for Pine Bluff's mayoral runoff, and it seems voters decided on going in with a new direction this time around. The current mayor, Shirley Washington, being knocked out of the race after State Representative Vivian Flowers secured a majority, 55% of the vote, making her the presumptive Democratic nominee for the position, putting her name on the ballot for November, where she'll face a third-party candidate. And we, of course, want to head straight over to the weather department where we have meteorologist Nathan Scott. And Nathan, I've been trying to brush my hair down all day. The wind is just pushing and swaying everything.
Yes, it is.
I mean, it's moving.
You need to use cement on your hair today
Yes.
because hairspray is not going to cut it, Jurnee. Those winds, they are fierce. We've seen wind gusts already over 40 miles per hour in parts of the state. Here's the visible satellite with temperatures, and it is a cool April day, especially if you're stuck with the clouds. Temperatures only into the 50s right now. Searcy, Batesville, Clinton 54 in West Memphis. You warmed up to 63 with more sunshine into Camden, 60 into Queen. Those clouds are trying to produce a few showers. I'll show you that on radar just one second. But look at these winds. They are meaning business out there. Sustain 15 to as high as 30 miles per hour, but there's that gust of 46 in Little Rock, 29 mile per hour wind gusts in Clinton, and a 35 mile per hour wind gust in Pine Bluff. I mentioned those clouds. There's puffy cumulus clouds trying to produce maybe a few light showers in northeast Arkansas. We'll stay dry here in central Arkansas, but temperatures today well below average. We should be seeing highs near 70. Temperatures only climbing up into the low 60s for most of us, stuck in the 50s in north and northeast Arkansas. But I do have some warmer weather in my 7-day forecast, and also our next chance of rain, and of course that all important Eclipse Day forecast coming up.
All right, Nathan, thank you. Well, a new option is on its way to Arkansas, offering travelers a long-awaited experience for fueling up and grabbing the perfect snack. The rumors are true. Buc-ee's is officially coming to Benton, the city's planning commission giving the green light yesterday evening. They were also joined by Buc-ee's representatives, where they received praise for their plan to break ground on the first ever Arkansas location.
I would like to compliment Buc-ee's. What you've laid out here looks really nice. You've got landscaping, more trees than the minimum we require, and I appreciate it. I think it's going to be a real asset to the community.
The land purchase is still undergoing finalization, but the location is expected to open up along exit I-30, along exit 114, along I-30 rather. There's no date yet on when that would happen, though. Meanwhile, celebrations underway in Little Rock today as leaders begin the next phase of making affordable housing more of a reality for residents. The city's Department of Housing and Neighborhood Programming holding a ceremony earlier today, marking the end of one milestone and the start of another. This is video from last year when construction first started for 16 new homes. Each of those now complete, signaling progress to Mayor Frank Scott Jr.'s affordable housing plan. Improvements hoping to be made to the state's power grid. The Department of Finance and Administration is requesting utility companies to submit proposals in effort to secure a $10 million grant for the project. Utility companies have until July 19th to get those submitted. This afternoon, we know more regarding a student struck by a car while at a bus stop. The Faulkner County Sheriff's Office receiving that call Monday morning. It wasn't long after before they arrested Christopher Severance, the driver accused of hitting that young boy. That resulting in him being rushed to the hospital. Now, in regards to his condition, police checked in and said he's doing okay.
I understand my chief deputy and some of my deputies went out and greeted with him and spoke with him and checked on him, and he seemed to be in good spirits, and he's ultimately okay. But it could have been bad. Could have been a lot worse.
Police say situations like these fuel their efforts to crack down on violators of the law. As for Christopher Severance, he's charged with reckless driving. The deadline is approaching for Eric Higgins. That's the Pulaski County Sheriff responsible for greenlighting a controversial Netflix documentary. The Quorum Court recently demanded the sheriff to answer 40 questions surrounding the making of the show. The time for submitting those answers run out today. This afternoon, we're following major developments across the world as 9 people are dead following a massive earthquake in Taiwan. It's being reported as the strongest earthquake felt on the island in the last 25 years. This was the shocking scene as rescuers raced to save people from a collapsed building. Highways have even been closed due to landslides and debris. It's a sight that's hitting home for some Taiwanese Americans.
We're in shock, and just because the scare of the earthquake is tremendous.
My mom was so scared. My mom was even crying, and then I told her to hide under the table.
Authorities are warning of major terror in the days to come. The White House says the U.S. is on standby to offer assistance. It's day 2 for residents across the country dealing with the aftermath of severe weather. With cleanup efforts underway, CBS reports on how folks are holding up.
Destructive and powerful winds barreled through parts of West Virginia Tuesday, including downtown Charleston, and to the west in Hanging Rock, Ohio.
Campers on their side. Oh, dear Lord.
Violent winds decimated this RV park.
This literally took 15 seconds.
Those violent storms hammered a dozen states Tuesday, tearing neighborhoods to shreds. At the University of Kentucky in Lexington, the winds were so extreme, this student was knocked off their feet.
At 5:17, our first outdoor warning sirens went off across the city.
Violent storms around Louisville left behind so much damage, the area now has a huge cleanup project to tackle.
I will be declaring a state of emergency for the entire Jefferson County.
The high winds not just causing damage to homes and businesses, but also mayhem on the roads from Louisville to Jeffersonville, Indiana, where big rigs proved no match for the winds, where this driver was fortunately able to escape. Back here in Tennessee, residents in Sunbright were shocked to see the wreckage left behind.
Well, it's just a gut punch to see your town and see these old buildings just demolished.
The tornado likely struck just after 5:15 p.m., leaving the local funeral home in ruins, and the owner stunned.
I really didn't think a whole lot about it. I was really surprised when I got up here and seen all this damage.
Yeah, that funeral home is right on the other side of this building, right in the heart of town of just 500 people. It came apart, it crushed these 2 cars right here, and people were almost sucked out of their houses on this street. But the tornado warning came out. They had 15 to 20 minutes worth of warning, and that saved lives here. Nobody was killed. Dave Malkoff, CBS News in Sunbright, Tennessee.
Uncertainty over the forecast may have put some doubts on Monday's eclipse, but of course, plans for celebrations are still in full swing. Events in Conway begin as early as tomorrow, starting with the Eclipse kickoff party on the Stripes at Estes Stadium. Then Friday with the total eclipse of art. That fun rolls over into the weekend with the city spring into downtown. And if you're still looking for a place to stay, you need to act fast.
They are all only taking direct bookings, so if you try to book through Priceline or Expedia, it's going to look like they're full, but if you call the hotels directly, you might be able to still get a room if you need one.
Any information you may need, of course, can be found on our website. That's thv11.com. And just so you don't miss out on any of the excitement come Monday, our team is bringing you special coverage all day. Make sure you join us here on THV11 for all things Eclipse. The world of AI having a drastic effect on the music industry. Stick around once we get back how big name artists are speaking up against artificial intelligence.
And Arkansas is going to be wedged in between 2 systems, Sunday into Tuesday. So there's your rain chances spiking up on Sunday. They do go down on Monday. I'll have that eclipse forecast next.